bless you. Welcome back to yet another amazing video by me, Sequoia Matoka, where I'm showing you behind the scenes of how I do my nails, making my girls look fabulous. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe to this video as well as my channel. Also, make sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Sequoia Matoka because I am the only one Ling Ling Toka. And y'all, please excuse my client hands. I have a client that just does not listen to nothing that I say about their natural nail, and they just do whatever. That's why their natural nails look like this. But what I'm doing right now is I'm just lightly buffing the natural nail with my sanding band and my e-file to remove all of the shine off the natural nail. So what I'm doing now is applying my tips sidewall to sidewall. I did start off using some tips that I didn't like, and I did switch. That's why you do see two. And I am doing a taper square, a shape that I never ever do. So this is very exciting. I am now cutting the length to my client's desired length, and then I am going to be measuring the nails side by side each hand to make sure that the nails are all even. What I'm doing is shaping my client's nail to the desired shape, which is a tapered square. Make sure that your file is straight up against the nail and is not under the nail, because that plays a big part. Also, make sure that you are supporting your client's nail as I am. As you can see, I am holding the nail when I'm filing because I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to hurt my client. I don't want it to make it uncomfortable for them. Now what I'm doing is I'm just lightly buffing my client's nail with the tip with my e-file and my sanding band, just to remove the shine off of my tip and just to blend in my tip to my natural nail, so when I apply my acrylic it will be a smooth application. Now what I'm doing is just cleaning the nail with Swipe from Young Nails. It's just like a alcohol to just remove all of that dust. And then I'm going to apply my primer twice. And then I also use two. I use No Lift, and then I use Young Nails primer as well. And as always, I always apply a small thin layer of clear acrylic to protect their natural nail, as well as when they come back in for their fill, it'll be much easier for me to just file everything down. This is a custom color made by me as well. I made this color as well as the other color that I am about to use. Again, I am going to be launching my own acrylic line in just a few months. More details to come. So this is a custom color made by me, Sequoia Matoka. Make sure when you are applying your acrylic that you are holding the fingernail down as I'm doing. Also make sure that you are picking up beads. As you can see, sometimes throughout this video, I wasn't picking up beads, and you saw how that went. I still got the same results that I was looking for, but to make it much easier on you, make sure that you are picking up beads when laying your acrylic, and make sure that you are using the belly of your brush to bring that acrylic down. Also make sure to keep your shape while you are applying the acrylic. So as you're applying the acrylic, make sure that you are wiping off your sides to keep your shape, because that's going to help you again in the end. Because if you have that shape, all you have to do is just redefine that shape, seal in those cuticles, and apply your top coat or whatever designs you're going to do in the end. So make sure that you are keeping your shape throughout the entire time that you are applying your acrylic. And look right here, I'm messing up, but I still got it because I'm using that belly of my brush to drag that acrylic down. And y'all, I was competing with this big ass hat of mine. This hat was all up in the way, y'all. Like, oh my gosh, move hat. But just pay attention to how I am laying my acrylic. One thing that I do recommend is when you're picking up your beads, when you apply that bead onto the nail, leave it there for a few seconds and then lightly lift up. As you're lifting up, drag the acrylic down so that the acrylic can be longer, if that makes sense. And then just start using that belly of the brush to pat, 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 and drag that acrylic all the way down to where you want it to go. Okay, y'all, this is exactly what I mean. Hold it there, lightly lift up, and then drag it down. And I did this in slow motion so you can see it. Drag it down. You see the acrylic isn't moving. Wipe your brush off. Get a little bit more monomer in your brush. Clean up the sidewall. See? Push in the sides and then use that belly of the brush to bring that acrylic down. That's exactly what I was talking about. Make sure you are rotating that nail so that you can see that nail from all different angles. And make sure you are wiping off your brush after each stroke, because you don't want that acrylic to get dried and hard and then now your brush is just no good. So after every stroke, or after every few strokes, make sure that you're wiping off your brush to get that old acrylic out of there. Y'all, look how I apply this acrylic. Watch. Look how that is. But it doesn't matter. As long as you're knowing what you're doing, as long as you're using that belly of your brush, as long as you have some monomer inside of that brush, you're fine. Just pat it in place. I promise you, that acrylic is not going to get super hard unless you have some acetone in your monomer, and that's a different video. But your acrylic isn't going to get too hard. You have some room to play with it, so just pat it in place. Y'all, it's the hat, the eyelash, and that big ass hat of mine for me. Like, why is that even in my video, y'all? Now I'm encapsulating the nail in clear acrylic, and I do use Young Nails clear. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just capping the nail in that clear acrylic so that I can build my apex. I can build a stronger nail. You really don't have to do this all the time, but I do this each and every time. I don't care if I use designs, if I don't use designs, I'm always capping or encapsulating my nail in clear. So that's what I'm doing now. And now I'm just redefining that taper square shape. I'm just making sure that I don't have any acrylic on the nail. I'm just redefining that shape. So just pay attention to how I'm doing that. Pay attention to that, how my file is straight, how my file is underneath, how I'm taking advantage of my file. I'm using my file in all different angles. Pay attention to that as well, because you need to be making sure that you're doing that too. Also make sure that you're flipping your hand so that you can file, so that you can file. So just make sure that you're doing everything that you can do, so when your client leaves, your client is going to leave happy, your client is going to leave satisfied, and your client will be returning. And right here, I'm just shaping the nails to make sure that they're even, because you want that ring finger, that index finger, and that middle finger to be even. You want all three of those nails to be identical. Yes, identical. You want them all to look alike, because it makes the nail, it makes the hand, it makes the set look so much better. I promise y'all. Start doing that, making sure that that index, that middle, and that ring finger are even. Yes, your pinky needs to be even as well, but just eyeball it. Yes, your thumb needs to be even as well, but just eyeball it. But making sure those three are even will do your set well. So it's either my hat or I'm out of view that's always hating on me in my videos. I'm so sorry, y'all. So I am going to be out of the view a little bit. Again, I do apologize. But what I'm doing now is just flipping. I just flip my client hand around and I'm just filing, making sure that I get everything that I see so that the nail can be a perfect taper square. I am now using my 5-in-1 nail bit. If I'm not mistaken, I got this bit off of Amazon. But yeah, I am just sealing in my cuticles. I am just making sure that my nail is smooth, and I'm just creating a C curve, which is to the bottom of the nail, so that it can look flawless. So y'all, this particular client is very picky. She does not like, y'all, she's just very picky. Remember, in the beginning of the video, I told y'all who this client was, so I can talk about her. So I did record the other hand of me filing. It's basically the same thing that I was doing before, just perfecting that taper square shape. Just pay attention to how I'm holding my file, how I'm angling my file, how I'm gripping the nail. Y'all, I do tend to grip my clients' fingernails. I do tend to squeeze my clients' fingernails. I am always telling my clients, if I am squeezing your hand too tight, please let me know. Or if I am squeezing your hand too hard, I do apologize. But y'all, I have to be able to get in them sidewalls. I have to be able to get where I need to get. So you may have to be a little squeezed up just a little while, but that's okay because I need to be able to get where I need to get. So sometimes you have to make your client just a little bit uncomfortable, but just let them know before you're doing it so that they won't be like, "Ow, this girl's so damn rough." Just make sure that you are just saying, hey, this is going to be a little uncomfortable for a little while. And as you can see, this thumb, this is what I mean. I have to be able to get in there. You see that? You see how I'm getting up under that thumb so that it's perfect? That's what I mean. That's what you want to be able to do. So sometimes if you have to squeeze their hand, squeeze it, because you have to be able to get underneath and in those sidewalls. And I cannot stress enough the importance of flipping that hand around, because you're going to see mistakes. It's not really mistakes, but you're going to see errors this way that you can fix, because you may not be able to see everything when the hand is flipped the opposite way. So make sure that you are flipping your client's hand to perfect that shape. So flip the hand, pat that acrylic, do all of that. So one thing that I like to do after I'm finished filing, before my clients wash their hands, is I like to ask my client here, is there anything that you see that you want me to fix? And right here, I did slow it down. You can see that she's pointing at her nail because she saw something that she wanted me to fix that I missed. So just take the time to ask that, because remember, most clients are scared to even voice their opinions because they're so used to going into the shop. So just take a few seconds and just ask them, so that you can make sure that you're satisfying your client so that they can be a return client. And then what I'm doing right now is I'm just buffing the nails to make sure that everything is just smoothed out. So if you guys are still here, I do want to thank you for watching my video, taking the time to look at my nails and how I do behind the scenes. Just make sure that you guys did like and subscribe to my channel, and make sure that you are following me on Facebook and Instagram at Sequoia Matoka. Y'all have a great day.